What's up, YouTube? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. In today's video, I'm going to be checking out a player who it has come to my attention that I should have known about this man. Now, in my Twitch streams, I've been having a great time over there on Twitch, and some people have told me that I absolutely should know this player. I did not know this player. Now, I did a reaction, or not a reaction, I did a quiz, a Sporkle quiz on one of my Twitch streams, and I guessed this player's country. I guessed that he was from Netherlands, but I did not know who Robben was. And everyone says that I need to learn about Robben. And if I'm going to learn about Robben, I absolutely need to also check out Robbery. So we are going to be checking out Robbery on this channel. Right now in this video, though, we're going to focus on this man, Robben. This video is called How a Winger Who Only Used One Foot Destroyed Everyone. Here we go.
What if I told you there was a player who everyone knew what move he was going to make, but nobody could stop him? A player who some have described him as the most unstoppable player of his generation. And that player we're talking about today is Arjen Robben. Robben was a sight to behold in his career, with his ability to use his left foot to cut inside and curl goals from outside the box. It was crazy. He showed people that you don't need to
that is kind of crazy. I just noticed that was a really clunky dribbling. Like, that's really weird. That looks really weird. Like dribbling with just that one foot.
Two-footed to become a great player, and that one foot could do the job. So today we're going to talk about Robben and how his one move dominated football. Robben would start his career off in FC Groningen in the 2000 and 2001 season when he was just 16 years old. He showed a lot of promise in his first season, playing in 18 matches, scoring 2 goals and 3 assists, and was also named the player of the season for the club. Next season he would get a much bigger role, playing in 28 games and scoring 6 goals and 3 assists, and gaining the attention of the Dutch giants PSV. PSV would sign him for 3.9 million euros, which was the biggest sale by FC Groningen at the time. He would form a deadly duo, nicknamed the Batman and Robben, with Matthijs Kesmet, the striker of the team, and this duo was crucial for PSV's title run that season, finishing only 1 point above Ajax to win the title. By the next season, Robben garnered the interest from Manchester United, as they were interested in bringing him along with Ronaldo as big young signings that year. They had a deal with PSV lined up for £10 million, just agreed in principle, but when Manchester United made an actual formal offer, it was only worth half the amount. As a result, PSV told Manchester United to screw off and decline their deal. Chelsea, sensing the opportunity, made a quick offer to PSV for 12 million.
It feels really nice to be doing a player story reaction again. This is the bread and butter of what's built this channel. I love learning about players and learning about the history of the game. And it's crazy to me that even just 2 years into the game, that this is not a player that has come up in my radar. And so this really is crazy. Like, it's like learning a completely new thing. I had no idea that there was a one-footed winger who was going to be brought on to play with Ronaldo at Manchester United. Like, to think that he was going to be paired with Ronaldo as like a key contributing piece, an unstoppable force, only used one foot. How did I not know this story before? But it's a lot of fun to do these kinds of reactions, so I hope you're enjoying this video.
£1 million, which was accepted. The deal was accepted in March, and it was accepted that Robben would head to Chelsea when the transfer window opened. Unfortunately for PSV and Robben would get injured shortly after the deal, and he would be out for the rest of the season. And he would only play a total of 23 matches that season.
Wow. But
before he joined Chelsea, he was called up to the Euro 2004 to represent Netherlands. In the Euros, he would be mostly delegated to the bench role, but he had a crucial role in the quarterfinals against Sweden, where he scored the game-clinching penalty in the penalty shootout. Wow. As the transfer window opened, Chelsea brought him in and also ended up signing Matthijs Kesmet to bring back the duo of Batman and Robben. However, he would still struggle with injury, as in a preseason friendly against Roma, he suffered a bone injury that held him out until October. It was also during the time that he was injured that he noticed a lump in his testicle, which at first doctors advised that he needed a surgery, but after a further checkup, it was revealed that he didn't need a surgery and he was good to play football yet again. When Robben came back from his injury, he took the Premier League by storm, winning the Premier League Player of the Month just in his first month playing, and he was on a roll until He was injured yet again, this time in a match against Blackburn in February. During Robben's run of playing, Chelsea went undefeated, winning 14 games and drawing 2 games, and they generally looked unstoppable. And he tore apart defenses and was the start of the Mourinho dominance era at Chelsea.
Really
Even with
good pace
Robben gone, Chelsea still managed to secure the Premier League title as they went undefeated for the rest of the season. And by the end of the season, Robben had scored 7 goals and 9 assists in just 18 total matches, which is almost a 1 goal contribution for every match he played. In his next season with Chelsea, he would struggle with injury yet again, and this strained his relationship with Jose Mourinho because Mourinho preferred players who were always available and fit. Nonetheless, Robben and Chelsea still...
Yeah, you suck, buddy. You can't stay healthy. You suck, buddy. I understand though. You really need to get somebody who can last. I understand that kind of mentality.
Managed to win the Premier League for the 2nd consecutive season. He would continue his battle with injuries the 3rd season as he first got injured in a league match against Liverpool, but he made a return as a sub against Arsenal in the League Cup final.
Auto insurance all seems the same until it's time to use it. With USAA, it's easy to file.
Where he set up DD.
I guess that's a good little time for an ad here. A little ad break. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know that about 2 years ago, I fell in love with a beautiful game. And because of that, I've got some merch. This shirt that I'm wearing right here, it says The Beautiful Game. It's got a beautiful football right there. This is one of the designs that's on my new merch store. You can find that here on YouTube. It is connected to my YouTube channel. Just click on the link either anywhere or hit the merch shelf that is connected to this video. And we've got all kinds of stuff, tactics designs, all kinds of, Darby Darbs for the OGs who watched me and Corey's first podcasts. You can see those designs there and find some merch. Great way to support the channel. We really appreciate all the orders that we've been getting in. We've been getting lots of orders in from Europe and from the United States. Appreciate everyone who is who's buying merch on our channel. All right, let's get back into this.
Drogba for the game-winning header in the 83rd minute. But the injuries wouldn't stop there, as he would get unlucky yet again, this time in a Euros qualifier against Romania, where it was revealed that he would need a knee surgery that would put him out for 4 weeks.
Wow.
Now this would really cause Mourinho to build up frustration towards Robben, because he believed he got injured in a low-stake match that Robben shouldn't have been participating in the first place. As a result, he would go on to appear only in 2 more matches for the rest of the season, one of them being against Liverpool in the Champions League semi-final 2nd leg, which ended up going to penalties where Robben would unfortunately miss his shot. By the end of the season, it was clear the relationship between Jose Mourinho and Robben was over, and as a result, Chelsea looked to sell Robben. As soon as Robben was put on the market, Real Madrid came calling and ended up signing him for £24 million.
Wow.
After moving to Madrid, he had this to say about his time at Chelsea. It was hard at first because I came with an injury. It was very difficult for me and also for him. Of course, he doesn't like players who get injured, so it wasn't easy, but I always had a feeling I had his confidence. I played some great games for Chelsea, but it was unfortunate I had injury problems and I couldn't do it over a long period. In Madrid, he started off coming off the bench, but he quickly solidified himself as the starting left winger in the lineup. He was a crucial part of Madrid that season, scoring 4 goals and 3 assists in 12 starts, but the stats didn't do much justice for Robben, as his contributions went beyond the stat sheet as he made great runs to set up his teammates for scoring opportunities. And his first year at Madrid would ultimately be a successful one, as Madrid finished 18th.
So you're telling me that you go to Real Madrid, you're going to win some games, win some tournaments, win some, trophies? Yeah. That checks out.
Points above their rivals Barcelona to win the La Liga that year. In the next season, he would get a bigger role in Madrid, playing in 29 games and scoring 7 goals and 5 assists. But unfortunately, this season they would come in second, only to Barcelona that year. But the most important thing would come after the season, as Florentino Perez came back as the president of football for Madrid. And as he came back, he started the new era of the Galacticos, first signing Kaká for £60 million, Ronaldo for €80 million, Karim Benzema for £35 million, also Xabi Alonso for €30 million. After all these signings, Arjen Robben was the odd man out, as Madrid now needed to make money.
I hate to say it, there were names in that I didn't know. Let's go back here. So I know Xabi Alonso, I know Benzema, I know Ronaldo. This man here, worth $60 million. Worth $60 million. and I also saw, because I did a Sporkle quiz on one of the Twitch streams, I also saw that this man is one of those on the list of all-time Champions League scorers. I don't recognize him. I don't know him. I've probably stayed away from him because his name is Kaka. And I didn't want to say it on the stream. I got to react to him.
Make money. Part of the reason he was sold was because he was not a Perez signing, instead a Calderon signing. And another reason was he was injured for a decent bit of time at Madrid, so they didn't see him as reliable. But this exit was different from his one at Chelsea, because this time he wanted to stay at Real Madrid, but it was the club who forced him out. He would end up signing for Bayern Munich, as they paid 25 million euros for him, which was 10 million euros cheaper than what Madrid paid to Chelsea.
Is that really what Bayern Munich? I know it's Bayern, I guess, München. But do people actually call it Bayern Munich? I've been saying this wrong like the rest of the world for 2 years. Bayern Munich.
Sign him, so they got a big discount. At this point in his career, Robben had won many different trophies across the top 2 leagues in the world, the La Liga and Premier League. So the only thing that he was missing was the Champions League trophy. And just from his first season in Bayern, that looked like it was possible, as he formed a deadly duo yet again, this time with Robbery, which fans nicknamed Robbery.
Yeah.
In the Champions League quarterfinals against Fiorentina that year, Robben utilized his signature move and scored a beautiful goal from outside the box after cutting inside to help Bayern move on to the semi-finals to face Manchester United. Against Manchester United, Bayern were trailing behind 4-3 in aggregate late in the game in the second leg. But a moment of magic from Robben tied the game up in the 73rd minute to help Bayern move on to the finals, due to the away goal rule at the time. In the Champions League final, they would face an Inter Milan team composed of superstars like Diego Milito, Samuel Eto'o, Wesley Sneijder, Javier Zanetti, and Maicon. And the manager.
All right, so that's it. That's it right there. That just solidifies it. It's time. It's about time for Luke Sports Academy to do a better job appreciating players and player history. He's naming players of legends I don't even know. So that solidifies it for me. Coming in the next few weeks, after these major tournaments are over, like the Euros and like Copa America, I will be doing loads of player reactions because I've got to figure this out. I've got to. My club knowledge pretty solid. My kind of history of football decently solid. My understanding of tactics, it's all right. My love for the game, through the roof. But my player knowledge, boy, I am lacking something awful here. So he just named off a bunch of legends, and I don't recognize any of the names he said.
They were led by none other than Robben's former manager, Jose Mourinho. Unfortunately for Robben and Bayern, the game would not go their way, as Inter Milan utilized a counter-attacking system to hold Bayern scoreless while scoring 2 goals themselves. Ultimately, year 1 was still successful for him and Bayern, as they won both the Bundesliga and DFB Pokal, behind Robben's 16 goals and 5 assists in just 24 matches, and this earned him the Footballer of the Year in Germany award. Robben also had the World Cup to look forward to that summer, but unluckily for Robben, he suffered a hamstring injury against Hungary, which held him off for a good chunk of time. He missed the first 2 group stage matches before making his debut against Cameroon, as he came on.
Sounds like this guy was really got bit by the injury bug, and that's unfortunate. That really is unfortunate.
In the 73rd minute, Robben would make his first start in the World Cup against Slovakia in the round of 16, where he scored the first goal of the game in the good old Robben fashion.
What an interesting
as Netherlands
move.
won the game 2-1 to move on to the quarterfinals.
What an interesting move. He cuts inside on that 1 foot and just shoots and scores. That's insane.
Quarterfinals, the Netherlands would face Brazil, and this game started off 1-0 to Brazil after a Robinho goal, but Netherlands answered right back with Brazil.
Also, how could nobody stop that? How can nobody stop it? The scouting report on him had to be easy. Oh, hey guys, he's going to cut inside. He's going to dribble on 1 foot. He's going to take a shot from right outside the box. How is that unstoppable?
Brazil scoring an own goal after a Schneider cross, and Netherlands would double the score shortly after, with Schneider coming through yet again, this time scoring a header to clinch the win for Netherlands. In the semifinals, they would face against Uruguay, and Robben would score a rare header in the 72nd minute to make the game 3-1, and this was good enough for Netherlands to move on with the final score of 3-2. In the finals, Netherlands would be a heavy underdog, as they were going against a golden generation Spain squad,
Oof, that
who had the
Spain team was
midfield trio
so
of
good.
Xavi, Busquets.
Just look at that. Okay, in one of my videos, I said that this Spanish team was basically just Barcelona. And I had somebody in the comments, several. Did you just say that Spain was basically Barcelona? Bye. Like they were never going to ever watch a video again. I think it was their first time watching one of my videos. But was I lying?
It's Xabi Alonso, and the backline consisting of Ramos, Piqué, and Puyol. This game was relatively quiet in the beginning, but Robben got a huge chance in the 61st minute as he was through on goal, but he ended up wasting the chance as Casillas saved the goal. The game stayed scoreless in full time, so the game headed into extra time. But in the 115th minute, Iniesta scored the game-winning goal and left Robben trophyless 2 finals in a row.
That's tough.
Robben's injury from earlier on in the tournament came back to haunt him,
really tough.
as in the beginning of the next season, it was revealed that his injury was not fully healed and he would have to miss the first 2 months of the season. But he ended up taking even longer than 2 months to come back, as he only came back in January of that year. When he did come back though, he was a man on a mission, looking even more dangerous than the previous year. Unfortunately for him and Bayern, they ran into Inter Milan yet again, this time in the round of 16, and they ended up getting knocked out yet again. In the Bundesliga, Bayern wouldn't have it much better, as they finished 3rd that year behind Bayern Leverkusen and Borussia Dortmund. Despite the disappointing results, Robben had a crazy year that season, as he only appeared in 14 matches but scored a ridiculous 12 goals and 8 assists for a total of 20 goal contributions.
Wow.
And this earned him a nomination for the Ballon d'Or that year. Bayern and Robben would bounce back the next season, however, as they made quick work of Basel and Marseille to reach the semifinals of the Champions League. In the semifinals, they would face Robben's former club, Real Madrid, who are now being led by his former manager, Jose Mourinho. Robbery started off the first leg by scoring a goal to put Bayern up 1-0, but
This dude's always having to play against his former manager, Mourinho. That's hilarious.
answered right back, tying the game off of an Ozil tap-in. But Bayern had the last laugh as Bayern scored in the 89th minute to make the series 2-1 as they headed into the second leg. In the second leg, things would get interesting as Ronaldo would score twice very early in the game to turn the series in Madrid's favor, but Robben would tie the series up 3-3 after narrowly converting a penalty. The rest of the game stayed scoreless, so the game went into penalties where Ronaldo, Kaká, and Ramos all missed penalties to hand Bayern the win. In the Champions League finals, Robben would face yet another familiar face. This time, he would go against his former club, Chelsea. The game was
always
hard
going
fought
up
from
against
both
his
sides.
former
It stayed
club or
scoreless
manager.
until Thomas Muller scored the header in the 82nd minute to put Bayern up 1-0. But that wouldn't be the end of the match, as the Chelsea
Doesn't that just hurt your European ears to hear someone say 1-0 instead of 1-0? 1-0.
got a header of their own from Drogba to tie the game 1-1 in the 88th minute, and the rest of the game was stayed scoreless as they headed into extra time. Right as extra time started, Drogba made a reckless tackle on Robbery, which earned Bayern a golden opportunity to go up in the game. Robben would have the chance to score yet another crucial penalty, just as he had in the previous
Oh my gosh, another
When the
ad?
sawdust settles
Congrats,
and the
my
engine
dude.
finally roars.
round, but his shot would end up being saved by Petr Cech, and the rest of the game was stayed scoreless until the game went into penalties. Both sides were at 4 apiece after 5 penalty shots, and Schweinsteiger would take Bayern's 6th penalty, but he would end up hitting the post and Drogba would have the chance to win the game for Chelsea. Unfortunately for Bayern and Robben, Drogba converted the penalty as they lost yet another Champions League finals. In the Bundesliga, it wouldn't be much better, as Bayern were in a crucial potential title deciding match against Dortmund, and Robben would have the opportunity to tie the game up in the 84th minute, but Robben would end up missing the penalty. And to make matters worse, the opposing defender, Subotic, came up to Robben's face and started taunting and mocking him. By the end of
Wow.
the year, Robben's reputation as a big game player had gone down the hill. Because in just 3
Little
years
Lukaku
as a Bayern
syndrome?
player, he lost the Champions League final against Inter, lost the World Cup final against Spain, lost 2 Bundesliga titles to Dortmund, one of which he missed a crucial penalty, and to top it all off, he missed a penalty to win Bayern the Champions League final against Chelsea. With his reputation down the gutter, the next season was make it or break it for him, as if he didn't win anything this year again, it would look very bad for him. In the Champions League the next season, Bayern quickly moved past Arsenal and Juventus in the first 2 rounds to face Barcelona in the Champions League semifinals. In the semifinals, they would destroy Barcelona 7-0 behind Robben's 2 goals,
7-0.
and they would move on to the finals to face their arch rivals
7-0.
Borussia Dortmund, where Robben would have the chance to redeem himself and get his revenge. Bayern would start off the match 1-0 behind Mandzukic's tap-in goal from Robben assist. But Dortmund would answer right back shortly, with Gundogan converting a penalty to tie the game, and it looked like the game was heading into extra time until the 89th minute, where Robben would slice through Dortmund's whole defense and score to win the Champions League finals. Finally, after all the abuse he received about not being a big game player, he redeemed himself, and the best of all, he got his revenge against Subotic by making him look silly on the fence for his final goal. He finally won the long-coveted Champions League trophy that he had been chasing for years, and came so close to winning it on multiple occasions, but failed to do so until now. This season was also the start of Bayern's dominance in the Bundesliga, as Bayern walked away with the league and won the league every year until Robben's retirement in 2019. However, this wouldn't be the last of seeing Robben on the football pitch, as he would come back to play for his childhood club in 2020 to help them as they struggled with finances from the pandemic. He would make his debut against PSV, but he would unfortunately get injured and substituted off after just 28 minutes of playing. And this would cause him to miss the next 7 months, and he would only play 2 more matches for the rest of the year. By the end of the season, he decided to retire again, as his body didn't allow him to stay fit enough for consistent football. In the end, Robben should be remembered as one of the most unique and skillful player of his generation. And I think he would have won a Ballon d'Or if he didn't live in the generation of Messi and Ronaldo. I also think he's one of those players where opposing fans, rival fans alike could all agree he was entertaining, even if some of his antics could draw him comparisons as a diver. Robben's legacy should ultimately come down to him being one of the players who actually managed to redeem his faults of not showing up in big games and turning it around and becoming one of the most clutch players in the biggest situations.
All right. So that was Arjen Robben. Arjen Robben. Now I'm going to have to do a reaction to Robbery as well to go along with my Robben reaction. Because apparently Robbery was something to behold. Just kind of crazy that I didn't really even know anything about the man, even this far into my journey with football. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, I appreciate you. Would you go ahead and smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel? And I'll see you guys in the next one.